Welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. This is, of course, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and this is the third of our survey results videos. I'm once again joined by Sandylands, aka Sandy, the creator of all of these surveys that you may have seen on Reddit and other such places. I want to shout out Kyrian Grimm, because all three of the thumbnails that have been used for these survey videos were his awesome photography, in-game photos, so thank you very much to him. And we are going to get straight onto this one. Sandy, thank you for being here, and thanks for creating the videos. Just very quickly, Sandy's got his own channel on our Discord. If you want to join the Discord, the link is in the description below, and all of these surveys will be in the description below, because you can carry on doing them and we will continue to pass that information on. Sandy, are you ready? Okay, so this is the cosmetics. So first question, as you can see on the screen already, is new female hairstyles, because there aren't enough in the game at the moment. The results for these are as follows. So braids was a high one with 20%, ponytail medium 21%, ponytail long 22%. Interesting one there. We're not going to discuss this one too much. We're going to probably move on pretty quick from this. As you can see from the results there, if you want to have a proper look, please feel free to pause the video. We want to discuss more of the interesting ones on this one. So character creation, hair, would you like to see more hair colors added to the game? Simple yes or no answer, and it was yes 66%, no 34%. So let's jump in to the next question, and that is, would you like more options when it comes to facial features like scars, burns, cuts, bruises, that kind of stuff? And it was yes 75% and no 25%. So like I said, we're just skipping through some of these short ones. Arms, which of these would you like to see added? Now there's multiple options, as you can see in the question here below, so the answers are these. So Sandy, what do you make of these results?
Yeah, I think they're pretty bang on. I think watches is something that was in Wildlands. It should come back. No big surprises there. No,
I agree. Watches, we've seen quite a few people asking for that, and everything else is kind of yeah, I mean, you know, we all want more of all of this stuff really, but it's I'm not sure it's complete high priority, but it'd be nice to see some of them. So okay, helmets, would you like to see more tactical looking helmets? So like with the addition of strobe lights or helmet mounted torches, etc. This was a simple yes no answer, and a resounding 94% yes, 6% no. Do you want to comment on that one, Sandy?
No, I think it speaks for itself.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely something the community would like. So it would be nice if we could get some more of that added. So vests, would you like to see Ubisoft fix the assault rifle ammo pouches in game that are incorrectly sized? So for example, the mag pouches on the Cry vests. This is a yes or no answer, and once again, no shock here, 95% yes and 5% no. Some of these are questions that you've put there because they're things that I know you wanted specifically, and we've seen so many comments before of people saying this needs to be fixed. So, you know, hopefully Ubisoft will look at this and go, okay, people really do want to see this fixed, so and maybe they'll get done. Should all vests, including boss vests, plate carriers, have the ability to change their colours, like the Red Wolf's Walker's vest, things like that? I think it's something that should already be in there, but 93% of you said yes, 7% said no. I'm surprised, to be honest, that anyone would say no, because why not? You know,
exactly.
when it
I
comes
was more
down,
surprised they said no in the last one.
yeah, I mean, but even on this one, for example, if you want to keep the vest its original colour, then do that. You know, it's still nice to have the option there, but 93%, I think, speaks very much for itself. Would you like to see Walker's vest added as an option, but without the cape? Another yes/no answer, and the yes is 78%, no 22%. There are a lot more interesting ones to come, but would you be interested in an upgrading system added to the vest's plate carriers, similar to the system used for weapons? So Mark II, for example, would add utility and medical pouches. Mark III would add abdomen pouch, radio, pressel, and glow sticks. This is an excellent question, something that the community wants now, or do they want it? The answer is yes, 89%, no, 11%. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, I think that's pretty bang on. I think people want to see the vests are too bare bone. They didn't feel like something that a tier 1 operator would be using. It feels like something that an airsofter takes out on a Sunday.
Yeah, totally agree. People
and I'm an airsofter, so I'll say that.
Me too, 100%. But people want to be, immersive and look completely realistic. I think it's really important for a lot of players. Maybe not all players, but a lot of players definitely do. If no vest is selected, should the battle belt have more pouches added to compensate? Another yes/no answer, and it is yes, 83%, no, 17%. I think that one's fairly straightforward. Pretty obvious answer there. Would you like the option to remove your battle belt? Another yes/no answer. Something we see come up all the time. Yes, 89%, no, 11%. Do you want to comment on that one?
Again, I'm surprised people said no. This has been something that's been talked about in the game since its release. So it's surprising to hear people say no.
Yeah, it surprises me. Well, why would you not? Because if you don't want to remove it, you just keep it on. But
exactly.
Surely the more options, the better. Would you like to see other belts added? For example, webbing belts, shooter belts, etc. Another yes/no for this one. And it is 92% option here for against 8% on the no. Pretty obvious, really, that people would want a lot more of this, and I expected it to be in the 90s or at least high 90s, and it didn't disappoint. Pretty obvious overall. Pistol holster. Would you like the option to change the location of the pistol holster? For example, put it on the actual belt. I think I know the answer to this, and it is yes, 93%, no, 7%. Once again, I'm not quite sure why people say no. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's the point of a survey. But why not say yes? Because if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Exactly.
But obviously, this is clearly showing that people want the ability to be able to do that. So next question we have, would you like the option to holster pistols like Wildlands can? I think we know the answer to this, and it is a resounding 96% yes, 4% no. I want you to comment on this one, definitely.
It's weird because obviously you can holster the pistol when you've got the rifle, so I didn't understand why they couldn't just give you the option to holster the pistol so that you didn't have to necessarily have any weapon drawn. Just seems weird. It seems like a regression, if anything, for Wildlands.
I agree, and surely maybe not something that would be that difficult to add either. You would think it wouldn't be too hard. Anyway, let's get on, because like I said, we've got some more interesting ones to come. Would you like the option to be able to sling your rifle to your front when using pistols instead of to the rear? This exists in game. When you get out of water, Nomad slings his weapon to his front and shakes off of his hands briefly. So it's already there. So, of course, once again, yes or no answer. And the answer is a massive yes, 96%, no, 4%. I mean, that's just a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Especially if the kind of asset has been created to do this, why not be able to add it, into the main game? Clothing items. Should all clothing items have the option to change their colour? Pretty similar to the vest one earlier, but this includes Red Wolf and Boss clothing items. Another yes, no. And it is yes, 93%, 7% say no. We really are getting a feel here, aren't we, for the things that people, and a lot of these things surely are very simple fixes.
Yeah.
This not, people have already proven with a glitch, haven't they, that you can do this, they can be done. So could, Ubisoft, please, some of these simpler things, and we know that some of the more difficult things I think people fully understand may not be able to be done in this game, but some of these simple things that would really make people happy, these could be done.
Exactly.
And it really would make a big difference, some of these small changes. Like I said, 93% there. It's a big number, and we're seeing high 90s or mid 90s on a lot of these answers. Right, would you like all clothing items to have a secondary colour option? I love this question. Really good one, because I would like it to happen, and it's yes 89%, no 11%. Don't you think that would really add a different kind of dynamic to your colour schemes, though?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just simple things like the cry top, for example, being able to have multicam sleeves and a green body or a tan body, or just simple things.
Definitely. Right. Would you like the ability to roll sleeves on all long sleeve tops? Similar function effectively to the blousing of your boots. I think I know the answer to this, and it is 94%. It really would. I know some people probably be like, well, why does it matter? But it does matter. Look at the numbers. People would like it. What do you think? What do you make of that?
Yeah, as I said, it's another thing you see regularly. Before they added the G4 top, for example, guys were constantly talking about how Wildlands had the 2000s, the G3, where you had the long and short sleeves. So
100%. So this
just makes sense.
Yeah, this next question, as you can see in the background here, what new camo patterns would you like to see added? Right, I'm not going to show them all the pictures, because by the time I've answered this question, you'll just blink and they'll be gone. So here's some of them, and then we'll run through the lists, of which there are quite 3 different pages. So here's the beginning of the list, the first 28. Because there was a hell of a lot that Sandy put in here, huge numbers, and the number 1 was the British MTP, which I'm shocked about, to be honest. It's a good camo. I'm not saying it's not a good camo, but I was surprised by that, I must admit. Like the United States Desert night camo, for example, I possibly thought might be the highest, or one of the highest, which it is. It's number 3 out of all of these. But which one surprised you in this list of these first 28, for example?
I must say, British MTP being number 1, I'm still surprised about. United States, the DNC camo, because that has been getting a resurgence recently in real life. It's became really popular on the airsoft scene, and with some kind of tactical YouTubers. Other ones. And my personal favourite on that first list is number 13.
United Kingdom Special Forces NDS. Yes, that's a really nice camo. Really nice camo. There's some really good, but there's some great ones in here. The Danish snow one's really good. I like the United States T pattern as well, to be honest. And there's some really good ones in there. The Ad Astra is quite nice. Some really excellent. I mean, to be honest, we'd want all of these, really, wouldn't we? Like everything on the list. That's ideal. Is like we'd want everything.
I mean, I threw in some ridiculous ones. So I threw in the camo pattern for aliens, just to see if people would actually click that's what it was.
And I'm bringing that one up now. So 29 to 56, as you can see, there are some different ones in there. And the United States Colonial Marines, it got 315 votes. So it was, people wouldn't mind seeing it in there.
Yeah.
And there's some, I quite like that Belgian jigsaw one, for example. It's a bit different. There's some good ones in there. I mean, I like the World War II US Duck Hunter in there, and there's some really interesting ones. Obviously, if you want to look at these in more detail, you can pause the video and have a look, or if you haven't done the survey, or you can go back into the survey and have a look at all of these different camos, because they are in the survey itself. Survey's still live, as I said earlier, so you can go in and have another look if you want.
The only other one I'd really, really like me personally, I'd like to see is the World War II splitter tongue, because that is another one that's made a big resurgence recently. There's quite a few like people like Grantham, for example, have been seen sporting modern like tri trousers in their patterns.
Yeah, so I'm just bringing up 57 to 70 now, and obviously, as you can see, some really different ones on there. So like I said, pause it if you want to check these out. But yeah, really interesting results in there. A few different ones, and quite surprised by what one came out top, to be honest. So on to the next question then. Headwear: should more face masks be compatible with helmets? I mean, we know what this answer is going to be, and it was 96% yes. I mean, this is something, please, Ubisoft, please make this happen, because it is... Personally, I loved mixing that up in Wildlands, and you just can't do it, can you? You just can't.
No.
There's some really nice masks in this game, and the fact that you have to have it on a balaclava and you can't put a helmet on it is so frustrating. So please, Ubisoft. I mean, I think it's something they won't be able to do for whatever reason, but they might maybe make a couple that can, but there'll be new ones or something. But I wish they would go back in and do something with that.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. Should headwear that encompasses a helmet and mask have a secondary colour function? Surely there's only one answer for this, and it's yes, 91%, and no, 9%. And it goes back to the question that we talked about earlier, in terms of the vests and stuff. Right. Would you like the option to change the colours, the Red Wolf and Boss headwear? Another yes, no answer. And it's yes, 84%. No, 16%. Pretty straightforward, that one. So next question. Patches. Would you like the option to choose where your patches are placed, and with the ability to wear more than one patch at the same time? I think I know what this is going to be, and it's yes, 91%, no, 9%. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it's another one that I've seen mentioned quite a few times. People didn't always like the fact that you can only wear the one badge and it appears everywhere. It's limited to specific points or whatever. It's frustrating.
So, those places where you have patches, you should be able to change those patches out at the very least. Even if they're not, you can't move them other places. You should be able to change those out so it's not the same patch showing everywhere. Yeah, definitely. Surely that can't be a real big issue to fix. Would you like to see some more real-world special forces patches and beret badges added to the game? This was yes or no, and the answer was yes, 87%, no, 13%. So question next one would be, would you like to see some original Ghost Recon patches and beret badges? This has to be a resounding yes, surely, and it is 92%. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, you would think that would be the type of stuff that would be in game free start, because that's what it's about. It's about Ghost Recon, especially with this touching on the 20th anniversary. You would expect to see the old 5th Delta badges and stuff like that, like Delta Company badges. I just don't understand why they're not there.
It's an odd one. It is an odd one, and it would be very cool if we could do that. Okay, next question. Would you like the addition of a patch creator? Can I put my own 10 cents into this for a second? Yes, yeah. I would like one. As a YouTuber, I would like one because I'd like to put our logo on it. And I'm sure other people would like to put their logos and things that, their Milsim group logos and things like that. I think that would go down really well. But weirdly enough, it's our lowest answered yes so far. 72% yes, no 28%. Really shocked by that one, I must admit.
Yeah.
I'm sure all Milsim groups would want it. Which I know not everyone who plays this game is Milsim, but I'm really surprised by that. Are you surprised?
I thought it would be a bit higher because it's, being able to create your own little piece of something in the game always seems like a good idea to me.
Exactly. So, night vision and thermal filters. Would you like the ability to assign each night vision device its own filter? This is a yes or no, and it is yes 86%, no 14%. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, I think that ties in a lot of things. We've got, I think, potentially 9 different night vision cosmetics in the game, if you include all the Splinter Cell ones, and there's no reason why they couldn't have one each.
Yeah, agree. This is a really excellent question. Which night vision or thermal filters would you like to see? Now, this is another personal one for me. Now, I want Ubisoft, obviously, to really kind of pay attention, which I really hope they are. But this question, we do need some more thermal filters in the game. Which thermal filters would we like to see? If you look at these, there are some fantastic options that you've put in here.
And they're all real.
Yes, and you're looking at them all now, so you should see them there. But that US Army enhanced NVGB is fantastic. I mean, imagine having that in the game. The red phosphorus, there's some amazing ones in there, to be honest. So why would you not want them? Even the thermal black hot, I love that one. Thermal Arctic, they're all really great. I'd love to see all of them added, but I mean, even if they could just give us 1 or 2, would make a huge difference. So let's see what people voted for. So the one that the US SEALs are using, thought that would be popular. That's the first one. White phosphorus underneath that. The US Army enhanced NVGB, the thermal black hot, the infrared. They were the kind of top 5 standouts there. Way above all the others. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, I think the fact that the top 3 are all stuff that are currently in use with US forces. That's exactly what you want for that tier 1 American operator.
Absolutely.
Stuff that they're going to be using.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, wow, if they could just give us those top 5, that would do.
Yeah, I'd be happy with the top 3.
No, I want that thermal black hot. Give us the top 5. Ubisoft, if you're listening, don't listen to Sandy. To give us top 5, or give us all of them, but definitely the top 5 for me.
Yeah.
But then, to be honest, some of the others are cool too. So, but some would be nice. So realistically, even if they gave us 1 extra one, it would be better than nothing, wouldn't it? So,
yeah.
Okay. Next question then. Would you like the idea if no night vision device is selected, then no night vision filters work? Some people may think that that's not overly relevant, but it is really. 81% yes and 19% no. Pretty straightforward answer there.
That ties into something else as well. So if say, for example, they gave us a torch and you didn't have night vision, you would be forced to use the torch more often. And it breaks for immersion. If you know your character hasn't got night vision selected, like a night vision device, but you can still turn night vision on, it just seems a bit weird to me.
No, that is a bit weird. It kind of because then it really just feels like this thing that you've got stuck on your, it's stuck on your head, even though you don't have them. When they're there, they should be working. When they're not there, they shouldn't be working. That's pretty
Exactly.
simplistic, really. You wouldn't have. You can still fire your gun even when you don't have one in your hand. That would just be ridiculous. So why is it okay with the NVGs?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Would you like the idea of being able to use one filter with NVD selected instead of having to scroll through 3 every time? I know my answer to this one, because that does get annoying, to be honest. And it's yes 80% and no 20%. There must be an easier way of sorting that out than scrolling through. Is it the biggest annoyance in the world? No, but if you're doing a quality of life patch, for example, down the line, that's something that they could look at, perhaps, maybe.
Yeah.
Skins, would you like to see Ubisoft give all of the custom gear and clothing as individual pieces with customizable colours? For example, Nox head cover or Valkyrie's plate carrier. I really hope that this is going to be a resounding yes, and it is 93%. No 7%. I have no idea why anyone would say no to this.
Exactly.
As I've said many times before, I respect everyone's opinion on this game, and everyone's opinion is valid. But why would you say no to this? It would only be beneficial, surely, to be able to do that to those skins.
Yep.
It would be great, it would be, if you could create your own character and then put Nox's head on it or something, would be fantastic. I know
exactly.
Lots of people who would like that.
And be able to customize, I say customize colours, so it would just, a lot of people you always hear talk about Nox head cover, for example, would be ideal, or Valkyrie's plate carrier, how it's so much more detailed.
Yes.
And it's annoying because they can do it. You look at our plate carriers and they're plain, and you look at Valkyrie's and it's what it should be.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's why some of those skins are so nice. If only you could utilise some of the components.
Exactly.
This question, we're kind of like at the end of the cosmetics now. But Sandy did ask everybody what kind of player you are, which is interesting, as you can see the options here. So for the people that did this, just to kind of get an idea, because obviously cosmetics is something that a lot of milsimmers and stuff like that want. So we had mainly immersive mode finishing at the top, which I'm not surprised about. Milsim casual, and then a regular player, role player. Milsim hardcore was a lot lower than I thought it would be. But it does show you on there, doesn't it? Look, mainly gear score mode, 3%.
Yeah.
3. Raiders, 3.
Tied over the Raiders.
So, Raiders and gear score people are no. This is not a knock to anybody who enjoys that. I don't mind the odd raid here and there, but this is why maybe the game didn't have the best reception at the beginning, because clearly most of your players want immersive role-playing, milsimming. They don't want all that other stuff. I mean, as you can see, it's very obvious here. And this, to me, is a very fascinating result and question here. So, really interesting. Obviously, content creator was at the bottom, but you would expect that to be at the bottom.
Got more than I thought, though.
It did get more than I thought. But then, anyone could be a content creator. So anyone may just, like recording their gameplays and putting them on their own little personal YouTube channel, or you might have a big YouTube channel or a smallish, whatever, or you Twitch streamer or anything. So it's just nothing wrong with that. The more the merrier, I say. And obviously the last question we asked was just where you saw the survey, which is what Sandy always asks at the end. So there we go. That's the cosmetics. Fascinating results there, and really interesting enough, we do have another survey, and it is what you'd like to see in the future game. that survey, the future game survey, is amazing. And anyone who is really interested in where this franchise might go, please, 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 please go down below in the description and complete that survey. Really, really important, because that, Ubisoft could really hopefully listen to some of the suggestions on that and take your feedback into account for the next game. So please go and fill that one out. We will do a video on the results of that, but it won't be just yet. We want to give people longer to fill that one out. So that will come maybe in a few weeks' time or something like that. So there will be one more of these. Sandy, thank you so much. Thank you for creating all of these surveys. Amazing
Not
job.
a problem.
And thank you guys for listening to us and watching, and of course taking part in the surveys. Until the next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.